Hey guys, Musa here from Quantum Home Improvements and Solutions. Welcome to our live chat, and I've got special guests here, Chicken Nugget and Marcel.
G'day guys, g'day.
Hey guys, it's good to have you back. And George, you went away. I know you had some time off, didn't you?
So I'm off, back right here. Thank you, Musa.
You're looking fresh.
Love it, fresh, excited. Happy Saturday.
How you been? How's everything?
Great, I'm excited. Love the food.
And just on the side here we have Marcel. How you going, Marcel?
Yeah, great. Very good.
It's good to have you on.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's people won't know who you are, but you and I made a video together a while back, which it's funny. Your wife rang me and said she's got some issues in the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, the mould issues that we're having, I think it was from that major downpour.
Yeah. So you had water coming from your roof into your bathroom.
Water coming through the roof. We had water coming through the fan in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just crazy.
So for you who are new to this channel, thank you for joining us. And so Quantum Home Improvements, here at Quantum Home Improvements, we focus on a number of different things. So even though it's home improvements, generally we focus on everything to do with the home life, to improve our home life. So home improvements is just a part of it. Sustainability is also a part of it. When you don't have a big income, like myself, I do have a spinal injury. I do YouTube because of that. So I'm able to work from home most of the time. And so we have chickens here. I also do homebrew. And talking about homebrew, Marcel, come on, man, you're letting me down.
With pleasure.
We have homebrew. So this one that we're making here, it's Cooper's. And Marcel obviously is not very good at pouring beer.
No.
Just do your one and leave mine for a sec. Just tilt the glass. Good man.
Let's try this.
George has been a little girl today. He's going to have water. Or it's other. It's one of the two. I'm not sure.
Cheers.
And so we make beer here and all types. I usually make Cooper's beers, and they've got a large range. Very easy to make with their homebrew kits. And I've got a lot of videos with that, and there's another one coming out next week. So that's I'm going to remember which one it is. Sparkling Ale. Sparkling Ale is coming out next week. Very popular beer. And so we also do. My original profession is dressmaking, and so I couldn't get into the industry back in 86, 87 when I finished the course. So I ended up working in a warehouse for a little while, and but it went nowhere. So I ended up getting a job in the building trade in the office. Went through the corporate ranks, but on the side I built houses and upgraded my licenses. So I have a carpentry license, a renovations license, and waterproofing. So most of the work I did was actually bathroom, kitchen, and laundry renovations, which I enjoyed doing. My demise was unfortunately working at a warehouse, going back into the blinds and awnings industry, which I was in for a long time in the corporate world. And unfortunately, I was working for someone and I injured my back while working there in a warehouse. So anyway, long story. I will talk about my back injury later because a lot of people do suffer chronic back pain. People suffer all type of chronic pains. My friend here, George, went through a very severe time, and him and I got close through that when he was burnt with oil on the stove. He didn't have, unfortunately, a blanket to put it out, and he grabbed the oil and threw it outside, and he burnt probably a third of his body. And it took a long recovery for that. So George will understand what I mean by chronic pain. I believe these days it's under control, George.
It is. Just as long as it's outside too much in the sun, but the skin graft's going well. So thanks
Beautiful.
For reminding me.
You had a lot of skin grafts too.
Did. But we're here.
Yeah,
we're live.
Very good. And you're looking good, George. And even your arm, everything looks, it's not fantastic, but it looks good. It looks really good.
Great.
I'm great.
And thank God. And I got to say thank God. So also, what else do we do on this channel? We make food. We make a lot of food. We have here Cuff there. So guys, please get in and eat. And we have some crackers and cheese. We have some hummus. We also, I've got to mention this actually. I made a video back early this year in Easter time. And I used a company called Benino's egg dyes. I'm not a big fan of chocolate eggs, and especially being so commercial these days. People buy rabbits and all these funny shaped, eggs. They call them Easter eggs, which defeats the purpose of actually Easter, because Easter is about new life. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to go back and make a video on the original Easter egg, which was chicken eggs. duck eggs, whatever eggs you've got.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for a good dye, and for years I was just using a basic one, and I wasn't very happy with it. Then I came across Bonino's, and they make an incredible egg dye, and they've got these pictures that you can shrink wrap on the outside, and they look brilliant. And so I was very happy with it. But then I discovered through the distributors, and one of them is Mitchenberry Fruit Market, that they sell a lot of canned fruit. So here we have Kalamata, how do you pronounce it? Kalamata olives,
Kalamata, yeah.
which I love. It's Greeks love it. They make their salads out of that. These ones here do have what are they called? Pips.
Okay.
So they have the seed in it.
So watch sure we don't choke.
But and we also have their pickles. We have grapevines, and we also have some pickled cauliflower, carrots, and what are they? Cucumbers. And so please guys, enjoy. And so yeah, I want to promote Bonino's because I think they're such a great brand. They're an Australian company, family owned, but they do source their products all around the world, and very high quality, and very good to deal with.
You don't mind if I just bring this closer to the video?
Yeah, go for it.
For those who just want to have a look, there's the little image right there. Really nice and clear.
Beautiful, thanks for that. And so they have distributors all over Sydney, and I think outside of Sydney as well. I actually haven't looked, got to be honest. And you can buy, I think some of the distributors do sell the Bonino products online, which makes it a bit easier. So yeah, and with food, I make a whole variety of food. I do make a lot of Lebanese food. That is my heritage, even though I do consider myself very much Australian. Now with the vines, before I just jump out with the vines, Marcel's eating one at the moment.
Wonderful.
I make my own vine leaves, which is basically made out of grapevines, rice, onions, tomatoes, and a whole heap of spices. And some people put meat in it as well, minced meat. Now, I haven't tried it with minced meat, and apparently that's sacrilegious because apparently a lot of people like it with meat. Yes. I will try it in the future, and I'll probably make a video in the future.
Well, you do have a video on that.
Yes, I do have one, and I made a video, and it turned out scrumdiddlyumptious. It really was great. I loved it.
This is nice.
Yeah. Look, Bonino's a really good brand. So they source really good products around the world, from Poland, from Macedonia. They're all over the place. Yeah. They're a great company. So yeah, cheers guys, cheers.
Just on the wine leaves, my mother-in-law gave it a big tick of approval. So
you took some home, didn't you?
Took some home.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Definitely love the instructions. So thoroughly enjoyed.
Oops.
Straight up.
Oops. So I love vine leaves. Tinned vine leaves aren't, as far as I'm concerned, is not as good as the homemade.
Yeah.
These are from the tin, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are Bonino's, but I prefer them home cooked. Only because I'm used to it. But some people love the canned taste because that's the commercial version. And they are nice. I enjoy.
For commercial tin, they're beautiful.
Yeah, very nice. Sorry about that, guys. It's hard talking and eating. So there's a lot going on in the program today. Now, if anyone has any questions, anyone wants to leave a comment, please. George is here. He's looking at his phone for me, and he's going to answer any questions. I think I see one there from Joe.
We do have one from Joe, just saying, good morning, Musa. Chicken Nugget and Marcel. Nice surprise. Didn't realise this live chat was on this morning. So obviously now that the word's spread, we're actually live. So g'day, Joseph.
Thanks, Joseph.
Cheers, Joseph.
Joseph's a great guy. I've got to know him personally. I met him through the channel, and he's become a good friend. And I've been to his home, and he's got a lot happening. He is going to get into the homebrew. He's setting up himself in the garage too, which is a very smart idea. If you guys have seen the video on with Dr. Penner, Ron Penner, and with William West, we made brew from scratch, which was Bill's version. It was a IPA. No, it was a pale ale, but it was a fruity pale ale. It was just beautiful. It was really nice.
Nice.
Okay. So it might have been an IPA. My mind's not working with me. Anyway, I'm not good with bitter beer, but this he used Galaxy, which is an Australian hops. And so when you boil up hops, for 15 minutes. It brings out the fruity taste, and it was so fruity. It was very, very nice. I really enjoyed that.
You got the video, so you can go back and see it.
And I'll put a link in this live chat if you want to see this after this broadcast. And I haven't done that yet, but I have put a whole series of videos in the descriptions of all my building videos, and also just a couple of food videos. I did put Boninos in there for the egg dye, and I put a couple of other videos in there, which is really good. But I will put the beer video, and as I said, the sparkling ale video will be coming out next Friday, which I'm looking forward to. Nice. So I'm still editing it. In actual fact, I've got a lot of videos going at the moment, which is causing me a bit of an issue. Just so all of you know, with my spinal injury, I'm very limited how long I can stand, how long I can sit. And I need to lie down a bit.
Yeah, which I witnessed when you were doing
your bathroom. Yeah, I actually want to talk more about your video in a sec. But
incredible how you did that.
Yeah, look, the grace of God, I just focus when I'm making videos, and so I've got a lot of videos going, but I'm struggling. So I've now gone to my friend Joseph Nakul, who's a physiotherapist here in the Nepean area. And in actual fact, I'll put a contact below for him. He's brilliant. He's trying to get me to a new level of my cauda equina injury. And he reckons he can help me, and I trust him. So he's currently doing, I think, a Bachelor of Physiotherapy, and so he's gone the next level of understanding. And so I've had a couple of sessions with him, and I'm in a lot of pain sometimes. The session I finish with him, I'm in a lot of pain. But as the saying goes, no pain, no gain. Now with physio, you have to be really careful, because if the pain is prolonged, like if the pain goes more than 3 days, you've got to question it whether that exercise is helping. All right. So when I did some exercise with him, 3 days ago on Wednesday, the next day I was in a lot of pain, actually more than I have been for a long time. But he got me to do things that I didn't think I should be doing. But he's investigated and thought, no, I can do these things. Wow. And I pushed myself. What you guys call pushing is not what I call pushing. But for me, it was pushing my boundaries, something I haven't done for a long time. And it just revealed after my second spinal operation that my right leg is actually severely weak. And so you can tell by the way I walk sometimes. Yeah. I try not to show too much on video my injury. I try to walk as straight as I can for that short distance so you don't see that. Regardless, I've got 16 videos going right now. I've made a lot of them. Some of them are still in production, but they will be released soon. So this video for Sparkling Ale, as I said, I haven't finished editing it, but it will be released this Friday. When you edit, it takes a long time. So I take out all the bad bits and I leave only the good. And so I think it's up to about 30 minutes at the moment. And then I take out only the best bits. So editing is quite difficult. So I'm going to try to get it down to around about 20 minutes. Now, so I just finished a whole heap. I just finished one yesterday with my good friend Rob. We panel beated his van, and his van was a metallic paint. Wow. Try blending in metallic paint, and I wasn't able to paint the roof. It's 2.3 meters in the air. We had to be on a scaffold. Yeah. And I was a long time on the scaffold. It really hurt my legs. So I couldn't paint the whole top. So we just did a section of spray. And the blend came in beautiful. And so Auto West mixed the paint for me with a spray can. Mate, that turned out brilliant. I was so happy with that.
What colour was it?
It was a metallic blue, a dark metallic blue. So any kind of metallic's hard to blend. And I was aiming for around about 90-95%. And I got, I think, past 95%. Wow. Very happy with it. And Rob's wife, Eka, was excited. She gave me a big hug yesterday when we finished off the video. And it was fun making it. Rob's a great guy. Yeah. He's a lot taller than me. But he was able to reach the high spots for me, which was really good.
That's good.
So one thing I do want to talk about, now I've already touched on it, I want to talk about, and I will come back to you, George, but I want to talk about Marcel. When we were making your video, there's a number of things people need to understand about mould in the bathroom. Now, your wife went and cleaned the mould before I got there.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because I wanted to show the mess and show how we cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, so many people...
It wasn't deliberate, I don't think. We just...
No, look, I've got to tell you why people do. People don't like other people seeing their mould and they feel in themselves inadequate. They think that people think they're dirty. Can I tell you, that is a stigma that really needs to go. Everyone has mould in their home at one point or another. And it's got nothing to do with your cleaning ability.
Yeah.
It's got to do with three things, and we discovered, and I spoke about that on the video, and that video is in the descriptions. So first of all, you had an extra problem and one other problem. So you had an extra problem. Rain was coming from your roof into that area of the bathroom and leaking into your bathroom area. That caused mold, and that hit your fan, your Mistral fan.
Yeah, the fan.
So I made a comment in the video, and I got a few people that gave me a backlash on that comment. I still stick by it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now the comment is they said
where the position
of the fan is, right? Now, three things that cause mold in the bathroom. Ventilation is the biggest problem. Okay, if you're ventilating your bathroom and dry the mist of the shower, the hot water straight away, or as quick as you can,
That's right.
mold generally won't come. Generally. Now, also, if you have dust in your bathroom, remembering everyone has dust. No one goes there and dusts their ceilings, right? But natural reality, probably you do need to now and then. So if you have dust and you have moisture and you don't have ventilation, straight away, you're going to have an issue. You have mold in your bathroom. So you have to have the ventilation. Okay. You have to have your bathroom clean. So if you have any dust in there, it will. Now, what causes dust?
What does the dust do to cause the...
Dust is food for mold. Mold is in the air. It's airborne. We call it bacteria. Right. So bacteria is everywhere. So when I make my beer, I'm very thorough in sterilizing and sanitizing. I do both. Okay, because you get mold everywhere.
So does it attach itself to the dust? Is that what you're saying?
It floats in the air and it attaches. And then it starts to grow because of the moisture. The moisture gives it the ability to consume what's in the dust. And dust itself is food for microorganisms.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the third thing in the bathroom, if you don't have your ceilings painted with a proper paint that is a mold inhibitor, but also easy to clean, then what happens, the mold, once it grows, spurs and grows into the paint. And it's hard to get rid of it then. So then, like we did, we had to sugar soap it and get it all off.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we painted over it. But first, we moved your fan out of the shower area, which was controversial for a lot of people. Now, a lot of companies say you can have them in the shower.
Yeah, that's how we bought the house.
Correct.
Fan. I thought it was a bit strange, but didn't think too much of
I've done a lot of bathroom renovations over the years. Many bathroom renovations, and I found most motors were dead. Or actually, every single renovation I did, the motors died in the when you had the fan in the shower.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, because I believe there's too much moisture.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the better version, the newer ones, right? IXL have a really good fan, and they say you can put them in the shower area, and other fan companies too. But just next to here, I've got a toilet, right? And that fan kept dying every year, right on warranty. Right, and I changed it two times, and every time it died on warranty. The third time I went back to what I know, IXL, great brand, right? Yeah. And so I put the IXL there, and that's now been, I think, 6 years or 7 years. It might be 7 years. I don't know. I can't remember the date. It is still going strong. The IXL. It was about 50% dearer. But I did not have to replace it every single year. So see the economy on that?
Oh, yeah.
The economy.
Same location.
Same location. Now, in the shower, there's more moisture.
Yeah.
I think you should put it halfway out of the shower in there or in the other room or in the other room.
Yeah.
Now, you know the reason I like to do that? Think about when you have a shower, especially a hot steamy shower, which a lot of people do tend to have in long ones, right? The steam is coming out of the shower. How much of that steam is being caught by the Mistral fan? How much is being caught?
Oh, a lot. I'd say a lot.
Not all of it. So what happens? Some of it's coming out.
Yeah.
So how is that being drawn in from the outside of the shower?
Oh,
there's no ventilation at that point.
Yeah.
So if you put it slightly out of the shower, so half in, half out,
you mean
that's a
if
good
the
position.
fan was on, how much it's been...
How much will it draw?
Okay.
It won't draw all of it, right?
Not all of it.
If I like to put them just outside the shower because it catches the shower because it's close enough, but it catches the rest of the room as well.
Yeah, that's the key.
That's the key. And so you need to have your window open as well.
That's right.
And so I'm going to eat something, Marcel, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So how did you find making the video? The insight of making that video?
Oh, it was very eye-opening to see what was involved. You know, your organisation, your pre-organisation, before you're actually doing the work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of organisation that goes into it. And I'm just amazed.
Every video is like that. A lot of organising.
And how structured everything was.
Yeah.
You know, you had step-by-step plan to get it all done.
Yeah.
And you did it all in one day.
Everything had a timeline.
everything had a timeline. You did it all in one day. I was just amazed.
Yeah.
It was all done. It was actually literally all done in one
What
day.
you didn't see on that video, because we lost some footage.
Yes.
Okay, some sound footage. So the sound was unfortunately lost. So we had some visual, but not the sound. So what I had to do there is re-say things and then just put the B-roll.
Yeah.
But Marcel actually did a lot of the work in that video. He did a lot of the carrying. He did a lot of the...
I did some of the support work. Yeah.
He did all the support work, right?
Cleaning and carrying. And
the carrying and the ladders and the, bringing everything from outside. Also, you did all the... I got you to dry it a lot for me. And so Marcel is actually doing a lot in the video. He doesn't realise how much he did. I couldn't have done it without you, Marcel.
I was your little apprentice on that
You've
day.
done really well.
Yeah.
I've got a comment on live chat at the moment. Person name is blah blah, but basically, hi guys. We are interested to know what's the best tasting food on that table according to your guest. It looks delicious. So I'll let Marcel answer that first and I'll answer mine.
Okay.
The person wants to know what is your favourite.
I didn't go all out this time. I usually put a lot of Lebanese food, but I haven't...
Sweets too. You said
And sweets, yeah, but I didn't have time to make them. So, yeah. But what do you think, Marcel?
Hard question because it's all nice.
For me, it's the kafta, for sure.
The kafta with the pickles, the grape leaves are very nice.
Yeah, I think Beninos make a great grapevine.
Yeah.
So it's great.
But the kafta is beautiful, yes.
Yeah, and so here, the hummus is actually imported from Lebanon. So I mix the hummus with some tahini, some extra, and I put some lemon and some salt, and so I mix it in, and some garlic as well. So, and just...
I might have some hummus with the kafta.
I'll pour it for you. So,
And how's the beer there, Marcel? How's the beer?
Oh, beautiful.
The beer's good?
Cheers.
Cheers. And that's
cheers, guys.
This is lemonade or Sprite.
And thanks for your comment, blah, blah. I'm happy for you to use your real name if you want. So I got a comment from you the other day. So I do appreciate comments. It means people get serious about my videos. I'm making these videos both for an income, but also as a legacy to leave behind things that I know, to share, to help people to become more self-sufficient, to bring the cost of living down. It's a whole series of things. So yeah, I enjoy making the videos. They are hard for me. But hopefully my physiotherapist Joseph Nakul will help me to make them a bit easier for me. But so Marcel, yeah, that's really good. Now I want to ask Nugget a question. Okay, so now the reason they call this guy Nugget because apparently at school he just loved eating chicken nuggets.
Love the nuggets.
So we call him Chicken Nugget. So it would have been great to have some Il Giorno today, but unfortunately I just didn't have time to run around.
Mate, nuggets, whether it's KFC nuggets or Macca's nuggets. Like last time when we had Joe Suker out here, I was happy with that.
Oh, that was great. That was a surprise.
Loved it.
He turned up with some chicken nuggets. I thought it was brilliant. And it was George's birthday.
We loved it.
Only a couple of days before.
Loved it.
Now, so I just recently... George helps me a lot. People don't see. He's a very good friend. Him and I have been very close. Marcel as close. We've done a lot of things together. We're actually going to be making another video with Marcel in the future, but right now I want to just talk about George. Now George is was an electrician by profession at one stage. I don't think you finished that degree.
No.
But you've been in the building trade, right?
Building the trade. My family has, brothers has, dad has. Yeah.
Yeah, your brother's a carpenter, I think. Yeah, that's right. So I went to George's place the other day and I said, George, I want to make a video with you. I haven't done one yet. And so we identified three things. The first one will most probably, we haven't set in concrete, and the reason being because we haven't bought it yet. Did you get that, Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the first one will be possibly a clothesline.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the one he's currently got was a
not a Hills.
Not a Hills. It was actually Anyway, I'm not going to bag the product. It broke from the base, and now he's just got to. It's a lot shorter than was. He just puts it in the hole now.
Makeshift.
Yeah, so when I went to his house, the first thing I looked at was his clothesline. He does have sanding. His floors need sanding and I'm not going to say polish, but oiling. He has polish at the moment, and we're going to probably oil it instead.
Yep.
I find oiling better, and I'll explain that more in a later date, unless someone wants to know more.
Definitely.
And also, we need to reseal his driveway. It's a little tricky, his driveway, but I just need to do some homework on that before we look at that one.
Definitely.
Joe Suker and I will be making a video this coming Friday, sealing his driveway. So that's a future video. Okay. So, and his is a lot simpler. It's just a greyish colour, a light medium grey colour, and it's lost a lot of its top coat. So the colour was not put into the concrete; it was just a top coat. So we're going to cover that. We're going to coat that, and we're also I'm going to show you a couple of techniques there, which is really good to know. So that's coming up. So George, I'm looking forward to making those videos with you.
No, likewise. I think the clothesline definitely, the oiling definitely, and obviously the sealing. But for sure, clothesline.
That's for me a big no-brainer because you're fairly tall. You're a lot taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm 5.5 foot. You're closer to 6 foot.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised no one's taken their eyes out yet.
I actually slouch when I put the clothes. My wife does all with the kids. But I totally agree. Clotheslines, you kind of neglect it. It's in the backyard. It's in that corner. You don't really think about it. But I think ours have never been officially, properly done.
Yeah.
And since we moved in there, so 13 years. So.
Yeah. So I've looked up some of the clotheslines. You can get all the heaps of different sizes, 45 metre, 55, 65 metre. The bigger ones are more heavy duty and they cost more.
Yep.
So I'm going to leave that to you, George.
Good to know.
Yeah, and I did see them on Bunnings, but there are companies that sell the Hills as well. So the one you're looking for is a Hills hoist.
Yep.
So that's actually what they call a rotary hoist, rotary clothesline. So in other words, it rotates. It's not a folding.
That great clothesline.
Yeah.
We've still got our original one when we bought our house.
The
Hills hoist.
The what do you call the galvanized pipeline?
Yes.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they're really good. Actually, in fact, I did a video last year where I've got a folding Hills hoist, Hills clothesline, and it's fairly good size. It's a double folder, but the strings or the line had broken, and I went and chose a cheaper line, and I put it on, and it lasted literally only a few months.
I have to take my hat off to my wife here,
because
I was actually going to get rid of the Hills hoist heavy duty
I wouldn't.
clothesline. She was adamant, no, it is so good, functional, you can fit the whole thing on.
She's a smart
I
woman.
just thought, I'm slightly just get one of the other ones, but glad she listened to me. She went ahead and we kept it, and it's great.
So,
Perfect.
So with my one, it deteriorated. The first one deteriorated after 3 years, which is common. The next one deteriorated after only a few months.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went back to the Hills brand and I showed how to wire these folding clotheslines, and it was very quick and easy. I've got to tell you, I did it within minutes, and I've got 2 sections. It was the bigger version, and that's why I stick to Hills hoists or Hills brand. It really is a good product. So so I'm looking forward to making that future in the near future. Making that video in the near future.
No, good to know. Good to know.
Now, I want to talk about. I got an email the other day because I am in the association for building. Master Builders Association is actually. I'm not a member, but I get a lot of emails from them, and I've done a lot of courses through them. I upgraded my license through them. So if you want to upgrade your license, Master Builders Association is one good company. There are others. That's the one I went through. So then I got a email the other day from the New South Wales government and confirming that they're going to now start doing site inspections for the next 6 months. I'm not a big fan when the government do these kind of things.
Wow.
But God rest his soul, my father died from emphysema, from welding. He was a welder, okay? And so he had a very severe lung condition, and he put up with it for 12 years. And I miss my dad, and it would have been nice for him to stay a little bit longer, right? So silica is one of the biggest dangers silica is one of the biggest killers in the building trade. And if you watch most of my videos, all my videos, you'll talk about me talking about safety. And if there's any dust, you'll always see me telling you, be careful of the dust. Because anything that has dust and you're grinding and the dust is in the air and you're breathing in will damage your lungs. Okay? So if it's a little bit, your lungs can consume it and it can slowly get rid of it. But I personally now am very conscious of dust. Right? So some videos where just a little bit of dust, I'm in a ventilated area, I won't worry about it. Okay, so I am sensible about it. But if there's even the slightest chance it's going to come up and rise and go into my face, I will put a mask on. So silica is the biggest killer, I believe, in the building trade. So they're going to do tests now. Silica, just in case people don't know what silica is, and it's pretty simple what silica is. If you look up silica as a mineral, what is it? No, the word's not going to come to me. As a part of the earth, right? 95% of the earth is made of silica.
Wow.
So in other words, rocks, dirt,
okay.
gypsum. Gypsum
yeah.
is what they use to make plasterboard.
Yeah,
And hence the word gibrock comes from gypsum.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Okay.
So gibrock is a brand name, but everyone knows it as plasterboard, or the Americans know it as drywall. I think maybe the English know it as drywall as well.
Yep.
I'm not sure. Anyway, so anything to do with dust, you need to use a mask. So even grinding tiles, okay, that's a silica. Anything that is a stone-like product, you really need to protect yourself. So I'm very conscious of that. I spent a good part of my life not having a mask on.
Which is a lot of people too. My dad, my brothers,
Yep.
we all do the same.
Yep.
It was just the norm back 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. Just don't grind.
And I struggle a bit with breathing, right? But I've already had my lungs checked. They're not too bad. My oxygen saturation level, my doctor checked only a couple of days ago, was at 99. It's pretty high.
Well,
it's pretty good.
That's good.
So anyway, so silica, so I want to talk about other dangers as well. There's not just silica. There are other dangers. And you'll see in every video that I'm on a ladder, I'll tell you to be careful on the ladder. Why? Because complacency is the biggest killer. Complacency. To think that you're going to be okay, that you're a hero and you're going to be okay. A good friend of mine, an electrician, was on the third step of a ladder, fell off that ladder backwards trying to reach something.
Ooh.
3 steps only. He fell on his arm on an awkward position downwards, snapped 2 of the bones. The bone went into each other, and for the next couple of years, or 6 months at least, there had to be rods in 2 hands, and they slowly stretched his hand back into position.
Wow.
Okay, and there was a big cut here to release the pressure, and so he's got this massive skin graft on the center of his hand. So, Louis, I hope you're feeling better these days, but that was a long time ago, and it was a big eye-opener for me. Most accidents happen on short ladders.
Aren't ladders the most common accidents?
Yeah. So be careful on ladders, but also other dangers are power tools. Okay, you can lose limbs, eyes,
grinders.
You know, you can become deaf if you don't have your earmuffs. Seriously, I mention all these now because it's really complacency. The reason I mention it, because so many people are complacent and they think I'm fine. I don't want to go to the trouble of go to my boot and get some earmuffs or some face masks. But if you're 65 and you're in hospital and you can't breathe from emphysema, or your family's talking to you and you're going, hey.
Yeah.
Seriously, the quality of life should be better when you get older, not worse.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And the only way the quality of life is going to be better is if you look after your body.
Right. Well,
okay.
I'm probably a culprit in terms of putting earmuffs on when I'm using the saw. I probably don't, so that's probably something that I should be.
Everything's based on
doing.
Decibels.
Yeah, right.
And the higher the decibel, the more chance, and it's also based on how long it is. So if it's only for a couple of seconds, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
If it prolongs after a few minutes, I think half an hour, a couple of hours, you actually can cause permanent injury just in that one day.
Right.
Permanent
I
injury.
remember like a jackhammer. Using a jackhammer, realising with without using your earmuffs, the jackhammer just...
The decibels on a jackhammer probably won't be as much. It's still high. And you're right, it will actually deafen you. But a grinder, a saw, they're all high decibels.
Because, you can use a sander for quite a long time.
Vacuum cleaners are high decibels. Everything that has a motor that's works very fast.
Even vacuum cleaners?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We have a ducted vacuuming system. A ducted. So we have the vacuum itself in the garage, and then we have pipes running throughout the house, and we just plug it in to the walls. And that's been around for a long time. And so, we don't have problems with having to wear earmuffs in the home. But if you do vacuum around the home, my son sometimes he helps out. He puts those what do you call it, the ear receivers, to listen to music.
Oh, okay.
That is actually a really good way of doing it, because that way you're not, just numbing your brain. You're just you're listening to music.
That might be a distraction.
It's really good.
Two quick comments on the live chat.
Yep.
From Joe Suka, but also from Eugene. So Joe Suka is saying, Musa, I have to replace my retractable hose. I have to choose between a Hoffman Gardinen or a Leonax. What's your opinion? Eugene saying a Nainax. My experience with the Hoffman is that it's never been good. So I don't know if you're aware of what are those.
Look, I've got to be honest, I don't know too much about Hoffman. I've got to be honest. I use Nilex, and Nilex for me has been a really good brand. I did my first video for YouTube was a Nilex video. Not a high quality video, as most YouTubers will tell you their first video is a bit of a dud.
It's doing well though.
It's doing really well. It's got pretty good hits, and mind you, my Absco video, the second video I released is like 57,000. Very happy. So I'm trying to build this channel, and it's good. So with the retractable hoses, look, I've got to be honest, both of them I'm not very converse with. I don't know those products that well. I just know Hills. I've used Hills for a long time, and I just think they're a great product. I can do some research and get back to you guys.
There is one question, but you probably can answer just on the safety in the field. Blah blah says, "Hi Musa, I'm wondering if there is a way to know what gyprock contains asbestos. Is it based on the age of the home only?"
That's a good question. And that is a brilliant question. I love it. So Joe and Eugene, I'll get back to you on that. So blah blah. Okay, gyprock itself in Australia was never allowed to produce asbestos. Plasterboard was never allowed to be produced with asbestos. Okay, so generally speaking in Australia, we don't have plasterboard with asbestos. Now, if someone imported it from overseas, then you may have asbestos. Okay, so I'm trying to give you the spectrum here that most homes should not have asbestos in their plasterboard, their gyprock. But the compressed fibro, so the villa board and what do you call weatherboards, all those type of products, they had to stop in 87 in Australia, 1987. So you find, I just did a video with Eugene. Eugene's the one who sent the message about the hose. Now we did I haven't released that video yet, but it's renovate his bathroom. So blah blah. To answer your question, it's interesting. His house was built probably, we're just only guessing, probably about 84, and on video I was adamant that it was not asbestos, and that's only going by gut feeling and looking at a piece of it, and I can tell. But you do need to send it away, because what happened, they went from a high amount of asbestos in the boards down to a low level by the 1987. Okay, and so and it was outlawed completely in Australia in the early 90s, by the way. Outlawed completely. You weren't allowed to use it. Or 2000, no, it could be 2003. I can't remember. My apologies, guys. But by 87 we stopped manufacturing in Australia. So when we did that video, we took that villa board off the wall, or the plasterboard off, so the compressed fibro, and we turned it around and showed the camera, and it was exactly what I thought. It had a stamp on there, asbestos free.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay, so I already knew that, going by the date of the house, the quality of the house, seeing what materials they were using. The house where Eugene's house was a company-built home, and company-built homes were one of the first ones to come on board not using asbestos.
How old was this house?
We thought it was around about 84, maybe.
Oh, okay.
We're not sure exactly. Okay, so asbestos was starting to be reduced in manufacturing in the late 70s.
Right.
So by 87, there was no more manufacturing. So good question. If you're not sure where the equipment, you can get equipment that is for asbestos, or hire people that are trained to do it. Okay, because you don't want airborne particles. That is actually the worst thing. You do have to have a lot of vacuums and proper equipment for that. So yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, blah blah. So, and if you want to message me by email as well, I've got my email address. I can talk to you more about it. So it's really important to understand that. Now we're almost finished for today, guys. I want to talk about what I spoke in the last live chat, which is tiny homes. I've been looking at tiny homes for 3 years, and now it's accelerated. Everyone knows about tiny homes. I've been to a few exhibitions. Joe Suka and I have been on one together. I've got some good ideas. A lot of them making them on trailers, so you can move them around and make them portable.
Yeah.
I've now made up my mind. I'm going to make it on skids. Skids meaning that you can still portable, and you can get trucks to actually load the portable tiny home and transport it around. I'm going to try to make it a little bit different to what everyone else is making, because I don't like the way they make them.
Right.
Okay, I'm trying to make something fairly good size. Okay, but the standard one they make is 2.4 meters by probably 7 or 8 meters. It's not a big area. It's I think square meterage is like 25 square meters or something.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, right.
So I do want something a bit more bigger, and more family friendly. I personally would not like to live in a tiny home, and I shouldn't expect others to either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I'm a little claustrophobic. So anyway, but Yeah, so I'm just going through my notes here, making sure we talk about everything that I wanted to. Now, Joseph Nakul, my physiotherapist, I just want to finish on talking about a couple of things for Joseph. He's just opened his practice here in Penrith. He is actually in 2 other locations, and I can put a link there for him. Now, him and I will be making a video together where we're going to talk about more exercises for my condition and also for other people who have chronic back pain. So the most important thing for me with chronic back pain is core muscle, okay? So your abdomen, you got to build that strength up. I find the best way for me to build that strength up is in the hydro pool. So I have one in the garage. It's a makeshift, not a makeshift, it's a very affordable one. It's not very big, not very fancy, but it does the job. Hydro pools need to be usually around about 31 to 33 degrees Celsius, and that helps in the muscle relaxant, and so it helps you to do water resistant exercises that actually builds your core. So walking fast in the water, which is not that fast, it's like 3 or 4 times harder than normally, that builds my core muscle. Okay, and it takes the pressure off my back, it takes pressure off my spine where I can actually walk more free. And there's other upper body exercises. Now Joseph wants me to do more land-based exercises that I was told I shouldn't be doing by my specialists and others. But apparently things have changed the last 6 years, and there's a different thought, and he's going to try to build my lost muscles. There's a lot of lost muscles in my lower legs, which causes me to not bend much, and also I don't have much twisting ability. So he's going to try to get me back some of that, and so we're going to release a video on that. Joseph, if you do watch this at a later date, I know you're working today or you're busy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making that video, and looking forward to having a bit more mobility, which is. And I don't complain about these kind of things, but living with any kind of injury, with any kind of disability, which I don't see it as, but any kind of disability, you find it's restricting, and you'll find most of the time other people don't understand what you're going through. And that can be hard sometimes because they'll ask questions and you think they don't get it.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't have to either. Well, it's my problem, not theirs. Yeah. It's my problem. Anyway, so we'll be releasing the video on that. So there's a lot of future videos coming up, as I said. I'm looking forward to editing a lot of them. Eugene, I'm really hoping to release that video in the next month or so with the renovation, a full bathroom renovation. We didn't totally strip the bathroom, but it shows the full, all the tasks you need to do that's associated with bathrooming, including stripping the walls, doing some timber work, getting the plumbers in,
waterproofing,
putting the sheets back on, how you should put the sheets on, setting, primer, waterproofing.
Waterproofing is very important, isn't it?
It's the most important.
Sometimes that's where they get it wrong.
70% of waterproofing fails. It is actually the highest problem, the biggest problem, and everyone tries to get the cheapest waterproofer they can. Yeah. So it's really important to get the best waterproofer you can. And so they'll fail, 70% fail. And so then I also show the tiling techniques, how you do your set-outs. Set-outs is so important. And your set-outs start well before you start tiling, let me tell you. We put a niche in the wall just under the window, and you have to do your set-outs knowing where your tiles are going to finish. So the recess in the wall is in the right position. And you've got to be within a few, like about at least 10 mil. And there's a bit of play there when you put your tiles on, but you've got to be very close. As Eugene found, bathroom renovations are not that simple. It took us a long time to make this video because of my restrictions, but Eugene was incredible. Love the way he worked. Very happy with him, and I've got to take my hat off to him. He's never done this kind of work. His dad was in the building trade, but he's in the corporate world, and he just did a great job. Very, 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 very happy with what he did. So I'm happy. I'm hoping to release that video in the near future. It is 40 hours, and I'm going to edit it down to 2 series of probably just under an hour. So there's a lot of editing.
How long does it actually?
It's going to take a long time. It's going to take
more time to edit than
You'll find some of my videos take
do the job.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, it took 4 weeks to make that video.
Yeah.
The actual job would have normally taken about a week and a half if someone came in and did the job in a week. So that editing on that will take probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So when you look at a video which might take, I don't know, 1 hour, for example.
No video takes 1 hour.
Oh, well, half an hour.
No. Oh, you mean for editing or filming?
No, filming. So
filming minimum is 4 hours.
So the final,
4 hours for filming.
Okay, and then how much is involved in editing? How much time do you spend editing?
Twice as much.
Yeah. There's a lot of time, isn't there, with everything?
I've got 2 comments on here, but I will let Musa conclude from there. I'll probably read the most important comment from here. Is Joe Suka's asking, and this is a serious question to Marcel, can Marcel demonstrate his musical skills?
What we're going to do in the future...
I don't have a guitar. Sorry, Joe.
What we're going to do in the future...
Maybe I will.
But, Joseph, in the future, Marcel and I will be making another video where we're doing a ventilation of his studio, which is under his house.
Yeah.
And he'll be doing some music there. We're trying to con my son, Michael, to be involved in that. All my music in my videos is by my son, Michael. Brilliant guy. Very good.
Excellent guitarist, Michael.
Yeah.
Now, I've got some musical ability ready.
There is one thing I want to show you. I'm not going to go yet. I actually wanted to show you something. So Marcel is a bit of a clown. Not many people know that. And he tries to imitate me. He's 6 months younger than me. So he's only a pup. And he's always trying to outdo me. And he made a video. And I want to show you this video. I'm going to quickly do this before we finish. I'm just going to run this video.
I nearly got it right.
and the quality of this video, as you would expect, was pretty poor. Coming from Marcel.
I was nowhere near right.
Alright, I'll run this now.
Is your wife pestering you about planting her favourite tree? Come along with me and I'll show you.
Marcel, you are a clown.
That was a good one.
Marcel, you are a clown.
That was a classic.
Yes,
mate, I loved when you sent me that video.
I'm about as handy as a drummer playing guitar. That
did the rounds.
Anyway, so we're finished up now. So if there are any comments, you can still put it on this live chat, even though it's not going to be live at the time, and I will get back to you. And I want to thank George, especially both these guys, for coming today. But George actually has 3 games he's coaching today, and he's come to the live chat in between his coaching. And the last game they won by 50 points.
Machine. He's a machine.
So, more importantly, thank you, Musa.
No, thanks, guys.
Marcel and Musa, thank you very much. Love the food.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, guys, really enjoy it. And Marcel, I hope you come on again for a live chat in the future.
Sure thing.
Yeah, and as I said, he is a clown. So watch the video where we did the ventilation of his bathroom. You'll see how much of a clown he is. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you very much. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.